I would like to take a moment before we get into today's main episode and to talk about my sponsor for the podcast. Podmatch is a new podcasting site dedicated to all podcasters. The platform helps hosts get connected with potential guests to appear on their show, as well as allow guests to find podcasts that will give them a chance to share their story. Podmatch offers many tools to help organize your page, from to-do lists to episode planning to potentially appearing on a leaderboard. Podmatch has it all. The best part, you have the potential to get paid. And who doesn't like to get paid from home? I like to. With an easy sign up, you can start connecting with podcasters and guests immediately. I have been a part of Podmatch since the beginning of May, and I have got to say that it was the best decision I've ever made because Podmatch helps your podcast grow. It helps you get connected with people that have very interesting, very compelling background stories that are just waiting for their story to be shared. So if you are a host or guest and would like to start building professional relationships, explore more opportunities, and have your story shared, I highly suggest that you sign up with Podmatch today by going to joinpodmatch.com/lethal venom to start expanding your network in seconds. I would like to give another huge thank you to Podmatch for sponsoring this episode. Now on to our main episode, and again, you can sign up at joinpodmatch.com/lethal venom to begin your podcasting journey today. Hello everyone, welcome to the Lethal Venom Podcast. This is a show where I talk about anything I want with the honest to God truth, no lies told. And today I am joined by Mr. Ivan Mana. He is going to be joining us today and telling us a little bit about his background. He is a digital marketer, YouTuber, course creator, and affiliate. He helps owners grow online with step-by-step actionable marketing tutorials. So I would like to welcome Ivan to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey Noah, thank you very much for having me on the show. It's a pleasure.
So if you could just tell me a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
Sure, yeah. So as you mentioned, I am a digital marketer. So I started almost 8 years ago in 2017 with affiliate marketing, where I was just promoting other people's products for commissions via Google Ads, Facebook ads, and so on. And I've been doing that for a few years, launched a few courses, but recently I shifted my direction from the affiliate marketing, the way that I was doing it, to more general online marketing and helping businesses grow online via my training courses and my done for you setup services.
So when you started your marketing back in 2017, what made you believe it was worth pursuing despite thinking it was a scam at first?
Great question, yeah, because you see all these different ads saying how grandma makes $10,000 in one day, and you just close your eyes and you just don't think it's possible. And for me, what really did it was that I heard about this 3 times from 3 different sources about affiliate marketing and how it's possible to make money online. And the last source was the most credible for me, which was my dad, because he came across in his business with an online marketer. And so he told me that I should try it, that online marketing is possible, it's possible to make money online, and that I should just check it out. And so that was the third time that I heard about it. And so I thought, okay, let me check it out. Can't be a scam. It's possible. And I did, and I didn't look back ever since then.
So how did you go from your first $50 commission to replacing your full-time job within a year, and what specifically moved the needle for you?
Yeah, good question. So really just persistence. I was working 10 to 12 hours a day, every single day, until I saw some results. And that first result was the first $20 to $50 commission. And then it was a $400 commission from a ClickFunnels program sale. And then I just kept doing what I was doing, and yeah, just eventually started making 1,000, 2,000, $3,000 a month with it, which allowed me to replace my job and focus on this full time. I don't think there's anything that's specifically one thing that moved the needle. I think it was more so just my dogged persistence in trying to learn and trying to figure out how this works and trying out a bunch of different things. So if you had to ask what moved the needle, It was persistence and just testing out a bunch of different strategies and different methods from all the different courses that I bought and all the different YouTube videos and content online about how to make this work.
So, what were some of the biggest mistakes, or what you like to call guru traps, you fell into early on, and how can others avoid them?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that really frustrated me when I was learning, and it goes back to what you said at the start, where your podcast is about honest content, right? Nothing planned, nothing fake, just everything straightforward and to the point. And that's the same philosophy that I share as well in my teaching and everything I do. It's that no fluff, no BS, just straight to the point. And so the biggest thing that really frustrated me at the start when I was starting with all the training is that teachers, if I bought a 10-hour course, 8 hours of it would just be motivation. Just, hey, you can do it. You guys can do it. Pick up the computer and do it. It's possible. And it was 8 hours of that. And I don't need that. I feel, at least for me, that I'm a self-motivated individual. If I feel that I need to do something, I will do it. I don't need extra motivation. And so that was a very frustrating part of my experience of my learning. And the biggest trap is that a lot of the teachers, what they would do is they wouldn't either share the full picture of how to make something work, or they would share something that they haven't tried themselves, just for the sake of having out content, just for the sake of having a course, having something, lots of scams out there. And so that was the biggest trap that I fell into, that a lot of the courses either A, had a lot of this motivational stuff, 80, 90% motivational crap, and only 10% of the actual content that you pay for, or content that just wasn't valuable. It just wasn't working. And so to your other question, you asked how can people avoid that? It's really tough. I think the best way to avoid it is to really do your research on the instructor and on the content and try to get as much free information from the instructor as possible. So if the instructor, let's say, has a YouTube channel, try to go through the videos and see if there's value and see how much actual information they give you before you buy something paid. Because if somebody just sells you something right off the bat without giving any information away for free, then it makes you wonder, right? How much content do you actually have? As opposed to somebody that has a lot of free content and then they're selling something. And then you think, well, if you have so much value in your free content, how much value could I gain in the paid content? And so for me, I did go through some of the free tutorials for some of the people, for some of the courses that I bought. But looking back on it, it was more of they were flashing around their credibility and their social proof and their fancy cars and money, but the content wasn't actually there. So as I'm talking about it now, I'm actually realizing is the biggest thing you could watch out for is these flashy instructors that are flashing around their wealth, their cars and their money, and not having any actionable steps and any content to actually show for it. So watch out for those traps because with human psychology, we're very susceptible to social proof. This is one of the principles of persuasion. It's that if we see that somebody's successful or somebody has the results that we want, we just instinctually navigate towards that and we say, okay, we want the same thing, right? We're blinded towards anything else that we see aside from this show of results. So my advice to anybody taking these courses would be just be careful. Just if you see these instructors or whoever it is you want to buy a course from flashing around their fancy cards, take a little step back and dive deeper into the actual content of the person, not just what they show.
You know, research is important because a lot of people love to come on here and scam people out for money. And
Mhm.
so I've always recommended people, or my advice is what you said, do a lot of research before you commit to anything and really want to invest in it because it's easy to find reviews for stuff that's scams. And some of these people that do these scams really can gouge your bank account up real quick. So I think it's very important to do a lot of research before you commit and do anything with that. Um, you've helped over 500 students with your paid courses and built a YouTube channel that's accumulated millions of views. So, what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck?
Yeah, I think it has to do with your determination, really, and how passionate and committed you are to your goal. So for me, I was lucky enough to actually really enjoy and really love what I was doing. I loved computers ever since I was a kid, and I love teaching ever since I was in elementary school. I taught my whole life as a tutor, as a teaching assistant, just helping people. It's just something I love to do. And so you could say passion was a big part of what helped me succeed because if you look at some of my earlier videos, they weren't very good. They weren't very successful. They didn't get views, but I still kept doing it for the sake of doing it because I love doing it. Even now, some of my videos don't get a lot of views, but I don't really care because some of the content that I make, for example, one of the videos that I made a few months ago was about a specific problem that I experienced with an application called Camtasia, where as you would try to export a video, it would freeze the rendering process and you weren't able to export. It would just freeze and you would have to restart and re-export the video. And so I was able to resolve that problem after a few days of searching for it. And so I made a video on it just to help the few, even if I could help one person with that video, I was happy to do it. Right. So it's this mindset of I'm just going to do what I like to do. I'm just going to do it for the sake of helping people or because I actually love just showing stuff on my computer. And it doesn't matter if I get results or not. And over time, of course, I got better and better at it. And I racked up more and more views. But that's what helped me not give up in the face of adversity, where some people, if they don't see immediate results, they get demotivated naturally. And if it's something that they don't like to do, then they have to force themselves to keep doing it. And the issue is that there is uncertainty. They don't know if they'll get results or not. Whereas for somebody with a passion like me, it didn't matter if I got results or not. I would have kept doing it as I keep doing it now, whether I will get views or not, whether I will get money or commissions from it or not.
Yeah, a lot of people can really relate to that too, about how you don't really do it for views or whatnot. You just kind of do it to help people. And even if your videos get like 10 views,
Mhm.
that's for me, I'm not really caught up in podcast numbers at all. If someone's listening to the podcast and likes it, I really do it for that reason because someone out there is enjoying it, and I'm not going to stop it because that one person might be a little sad that it ends. So I always just do the podcast for whoever listens to it and keep that going for them. So I think it's very important, especially now in this day and age where um you can do what you want to do, but you don't have to get it. And also, you never know how the future holds because you might make a video now and in 3 years it somehow blows up.
Mhm.
It's hard to very much, especially if you're doing YouTube content as well as social media content for videos, you never quite know when a video is going to go viral and what videos do well and what doesn't do well.
Mhm. Yep. 100%.
So while you also focused primarily on affiliate marketing, you recently shifted into online marketing. So what made you want to do the shift and what does that mean for someone starting today?
Yeah. So when you say for somebody starting today, do you mean affiliate marketing or just marketing in general?
Marketing in general.
Okay. So yeah, so I recently made the shift maybe a year or two ago from just being focused on affiliate marketing to just general, much broader online marketing and helping small businesses or medium-sized businesses specifically. You can even see on my YouTube channel, all my or most of my older videos were about how to make this much money in this many days. All these ClickBank, Max Bounty, all these affiliate network videos. And yeah, I shifted because I feel the way that I was doing it and the way that it's taught, affiliate marketing, I mean, the way it's taught to do it now is very unsustainable. So the way I was doing it is I would find products to promote, ones that had high demand, specifically in the weight loss niche. So weight loss pills, anything to do with health. There's a huge demand for any health related products. And then I would run ads for them on Google Ads, on Microsoft Ads, on Facebook Ads. And it's just a very unsustainable model because looking back at my 8 years of doing marketing in general, if I look back at the 8 years, the only products that I still promote to this day after 8 years, and the only commissions that I still make after 8 years, I still make those same commissions after 8 years. The only products that have given me that are the ones that I associated with my brand. So, products that I use to actually do the marketing myself, for either for myself or for my clients, tools that help me succeed in marketing for myself or for my clients, not for those specific products that I looked for, like the health products, because those have nothing to do with my brand. I'm not in the health niche. I'm not a fitness trainer or anything like that. Because those products, they either just stop existing, as a lot of the products have. I think hundreds of products that I have been promoting throughout the 8 years, they're just no longer available. They no longer exist. Things like the 2 week diet, the 3 week diet, the 4 week diet. Maybe they exist somewhere on some network that I'm not aware of, but on the major ones from which I promoted them, they're no longer there, right? They've stopped being promoted after about a year or two after I started, when I first started 8 years ago. So either that or they might ban you for a specific reason, whether it's a valid reason, like you're not following their terms and they can ban you, or they just decide that they want to change up their terms and they change it up and then they just send you a message saying that you're no longer allowed to promote the way that you were promoting, whether it's via paid ads, as a lot of them don't allow you to do, brand bidding, or SEO. Some of them don't allow you to promote via SEO or via native ads or anything like that. So you're at the mercy of these vendors. And a lot of the times, I got this email saying, hey, you're no longer allowed to promote this product because I was no longer able to promote them via the ways that I was doing it, which is paid ads. There's that. Uh, yeah, or sometimes you see a lot of bad reviews about the product, that people actually try the product and then you don't want to associate yourself with that as somebody who's promoting that. So, for these reasons, I stopped promoting those specific products and I realized that the only ones that I do still promote are ones that I use in my everyday business life. So, things such as website builders, so Hostinger, for example, Unbounce, Kartra, which is a software that helps me, where I put my membership site on, where I have my email marketing set up, things like that. So these are the products that are associated with my brand that I still promote and I still make commissions after 8 years. They're still there. There are no obvious bad reviews about them. They didn't change their terms so much that I can no longer promote them. And they're valid, legitimate tools that are evergreen, that will be useful for as long as you will be doing online marketing. So things like that, email marketing tools, anything to help with paid ads like Google Ads, tools like Canva, which can help you create creatives. So these are tools that will always be necessary. And if you can promote them organically via your brand, like if you can say, hey, I have a course here that teaches you how to do marketing A to Z, which I actually do have. And in this course, I show you how to set up your website, how to do that. And as part of that, I use tools like Canva. So this is a much more long-term and sustainable way that I found after my 8 years of doing this to build your income rather than the way that I was doing it, which was for quick, short-term gains. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think it answers the question. Kind of a follow-up question. When people are starting to do the beginner classes, should they focus on trying to sell something that's popular among other people, or should they focus on selling something that they are professionally knowledgeable on?
Yeah, great question. So, my advice now for any affiliate marketer is to, yes, specifically that, find something that you're passionate about and build a brand around that. That's my advice. Don't pick out individual products and just run ads for those products. Build your website, build your brand, start collecting leads, and build a face to your business for something that you're passionate about. Because if you're passionate about it, you will have the steam to keep going. And you can add, there will be ways in which you can add products that have high demand to your brand. So the three niches that are super high in demand are health, one, wealth, two, and relationships, three. So pretty much no matter what you choose to do, you will be able to tie in some products from these three popular niches into your main business brand. And so that way you have the best of both worlds because you'll have this team to keep going and keep adding content, keep making videos if you want to do videos, or keep writing content as in the form of blogs or articles, or maybe podcasts even if you're more auditory based. And at the same time, you will be able to add affiliate links for products that are relevant to whatever it is you're doing in one of these three categories. So that's what I would say.
What are some underrated platforms or strategies for getting traffic that most people overlook?
Huh, good question. Something that I myself have actually neglected for a long time are tools that help you be a guest blogger or guest podcaster. So tools like Podmatch, where you can connect with people who have podcasts, whether as a guest or as a podcast owner, and see if you have something mutual that you can talk about. Tools like what's the name? iCopify, which is where you can get guest blogs, you can get backlinks. Now, granted, you have to do some research and make sure the quality of the backlinks is good. But I think when I started, the main focus for me was paid ads, Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. I thought that was it. These were the best ways to get traffic. But there are so many more ways. Even forum, writing replies and comments and helping people on forums are huge, like Reddit and Quora. If you can make your profile there and then just add comments and go through people's questions that they have there, not only will you be helping people and redirecting them eventually to your brand, to your profile from which they'll be able to learn more about you, but also you will get a feel, an idea for what types of questions people have. And then you'll be able to fuel those questions with content that you'll do. So you can create more videos answering those questions, or more articles or more podcasts answering those questions that you know people have in your niche. So yeah, lots more traffic sources than just the ones that I initially thought, which was Facebook ads, Google ads, and yeah.
Is there a social media platform now that beginners can really look on, or should they just try any social media platform that accepts ads?
Yeah, I would say just start with organic first off. So for example, Instagram or YouTube, you can just create content and just grow organically. TikTok, those are great to just grow organically. And then if you start seeing that you're financially able to invest in some ads, maybe 20, 30, $40 a day into some ads, yeah, then definitely I'd recommend Facebook ads where you can reach Instagram users. That would be very nice. TikTok ads would be great as well. So, yeah, definitely go that route, but I would recommend for somebody starting out, just start with organic for now, build your base, build enough content, and then get into ads.
This question's always been a thing I've always wondered. On
Mhm.
Instagram and TikTok, especially when you're wanting to well, even in Facebook as well now, when you want to promote a post or a ad and you have to pay kind of a term amount of money, does paying for an ad actually boost the post, or is it just money that goes down the drain and you're wasting time trying to promote it? How successful are their promoted posts on social media accounts?
Yeah, I think it can be very successful if done right. I think what you're talking about here is the Facebook ads boost post feature, which I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend going into the Facebook ads manager and just creating ads for your post through there. You'll be able to see much better stats. You'll have much more control over your targeting because a lot of these options, Google Ads including, when you're first starting out, and this is something for your viewers they should watch out for and not fall into this trap. A lot of these paid ad networks, they give you the, how would you call it, the beginner view of the interface. So, for example, with Facebook, they give you this option which says, hey, let us boost your post and you'll get more views. And then all you have to do is just click on that. Click on that button that says, yes, boost my post, and that's it, right? Facebook does everything. How easy and how perfect is that? Well, that's actually a problem because you have no control over that. You have no control over the targeting, over the countries, anything, right? You're just clicking boost post and Facebook does everything for you. So in that case, I'd say it's not very successful, or at least it hasn't really worked well for me. What has worked for me is when you go into Ads Manager on Facebook or any other platform that you are talking about, and then you just create an ad using that post. So it's the same thing as a boost post, just that you have much more targeting over your audience. You can also do retargeting, by the way, as well in this way, which, as far as I know, you can't do with just boosting a post just like that. So, yeah, that's a good question. That basically you should avoid the trap of this initial beginner's view that these platforms often give you and go straight into the advanced view and just take the time to learn, albeit the learning curve might be a little bit higher, but it's going to pay off in the long term because you'll have much more control and much better results in this way.
How do you keep marketing simple for beginners while still teaching advanced concepts like paid ads, tracking, automation, and topics similar to those?
Yeah, I just like to start from the very beginning. So as a new business, what, because I experienced this myself. I created my brand Ivan Mana, where I have, the courses, the YouTube channel, all that. So as somebody who's just starting out, what's in your mind? What are you thinking of? What do you need to do? Well, the first thing is you need some form of base, some form of platform on which you will have content, whether it's a website or a YouTube channel or a podcast like an Apple audio podcast studio they have there, right? So pick one, whichever one you like the best, whichever one fits more for you, or a combination of all of them. And then I just go step by step. So whichever really side you come from, whether you're a beginner or somebody more advanced, you'll be able to find value in the teachings by seeing what it is that's most relevant to you at any given moment. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
I think it answered it pretty well.
Okay.
What does a beginner-friendly, high-converting marketing funnel actually look like, and what are the essential pieces every business needs to have in place?
Yeah. So a high converting funnel, I think it follows the general. So I'm going to give you a general kind of template. However, it will, of course, totally depend on your niche and on what you have to offer and how much experience you have and all that. But the general template, I'd say, for a successful funnel is first of all, start off with a freebie. So have a landing page or on your website, have a place where you can collect emails. And the first thing I'd say, the first step is absolutely give something for free. Whether it's an ebook, a sample training program, maybe a free session, a free consultation call. But again, depending on what it is you're doing. If you're a lawyer, maybe a free consultation call might not be the best for you. right? So you have to play around with it. But something free, usually a quick brochure, a quick ebook, something like that, because it has several benefits. First of all, people learn more about you. So if they see your free content, back to the initial thing I said at the start of this podcast, if people see your free content and say, wow, this has a lot of value, and then you give them the option for something paid, they say, wow, well, if this person has this much valuable content in the free content, how much would they have for something that's actually paid, right? So you give people a taste of you. That's the first benefit of having something for free. The second thing is it's basic psychology. It's another psychological principle of reciprocity. So if you give people something for free, they start to like you more. They feel that, well, if this person gave me something for free, maybe I need to do something for this person. They might not think it consciously, but subconsciously they like you because you gave them something for free, right? So you're warming up your audience. That's what it is. That's why it's so common, because the stats say that something like 96% of people don't buy the first time. So only 4% of people buy something the first time. So that means you need to warm them up. And with a freebie and these two benefits, and the third one, which I'm about to mention, you'll be able to get people warmed up, because it takes about 7 touch points before somebody makes a purchase. And this will be one of them. And so the third reason why a freebie is very useful is because usually with a freebie, you're able to send somebody something for free in exchange for an email. And then with that email, you're able to warm up the audience even more with your messages, with who you are, with your content, so that they know more about you, and then they're more likely to buy and engage with you. So that's definitely, I'd say, the first step is absolutely have some sort of freebie. The second step is have a website, have something where you offer your services or your products. So let's use my website as an example. So I give away a free starter access to my course on my website. And then if people sign up, then they have the chance to check out the full course. So the second thing is you need some sort of service set up, some sort of product that is fully set up and integrated on your website that is accessible for people. And you need to tie that into the free offer somehow. So yeah, so that's the second thing. And of course, after this, if you want to go into any more detail about any component, we can. And then after that, ideally, you need some sort of upsell. So something that people can benefit from in addition to whatever product or service you're offering. So in my case, if I'm offering a training course as my primary offer, my upsell to that would be a done for you service. So if you go through the training course and maybe you say, you know what, I don't want to learn, I just want somebody to do all this for me, I offer that possibility. I can do it all for you. So that's my upsell. So it's like a three-step funnel. You have your freebie, you have your main offer, and then you have your upsell. And then depending on your niche, your expertise, what you have, you can add things to that. So you can add maybe a downsell. So if somebody says no to your upsell offer, they have the option to say yes to the downsell offer, things like that. You can have several upsell offers. You can have several downsell offers. You can have a bump offer. So when somebody buys your main product, you give them the option for a small price to also add something else. Like maybe I offer a affiliate marketing guide. I have that on Amazon. It's an affiliate marketing guide that I used to give away for free. Now I've polished it, revised it, added some content, and now I'm charging just a few bucks for it on Amazon so that people learn more about what affiliate marketing is and things like that. So for example, what I could do is for my main training course as my main offer, I could add a bump offer as this affiliate marketing guide. So I could say, hey, if you want to buy this training program, great. Also, for another $3, you can also buy my affiliate marketing guide and learn everything about affiliate marketing. So the bones of the structure for this successful funnel is A, free offer, B, the main offer, and then C, the upsell and downsell. And what you need for all this to work, to your second question, is you need something that will allow you to build a website. So I personally use WordPress and Elementor. Of all the different website builders and landing page builders I've tried over my 8 years, I think this is by far the best and the easiest to work with. It has the most capability. You don't need any coding at all. but it makes a very nice, professional, amazing looking website, honestly, in minutes. And it's the most affordable option as well. If you try to buy tools like, let's say, ClickFunnels, it could cost you $100 a month, right? So that's $1,200 a year for something that if you stop paying, you no longer have access to it. Whereas with WordPress and Elementor, for example, you could pay, it's about, for hosting and a domain for a full year, it's going to be about $50, right? So there's a huge difference. And it also has much, much, much more capability because with WordPress, you have these things called plugins, which are like extensions. So whatever it is you think you might need to add to your website, like a payment functionality, or if you're doing e-commerce, there's this plugin called WooCommerce, which you can add. So depending on what it is you're doing, you can add these extensions to your WordPress site, which are not available with most other landing page or website builders out there. So that's the first thing you need, of course, is a website builder. If you plan to sell anything, you need somewhere to sell it on. The second thing is you need an email marketing software. So I personally use GetResponse. It's amazing. It's about, I don't know, $50 a month or so. And it allows me to send out all my emails automatically. So whenever somebody buys or somebody signs up to my email list, they automatically get emails sent to them, which is incredibly easy for me. I just create them once, create a series of 10, 15 emails, and that's it. It's all done for me. And then these are the main core tools. Some other tools that I strongly recommend that you don't need per se to make this work are Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics. And this is something that I strongly recommend because it's for tracking purposes. So you will be able to see where your sales are coming from, where your leads are coming from, and make changes based on that. So if you're seeing that more leads are coming from Facebook as opposed to Twitter, as opposed to Google, you can make adjustments and figure out what's going on, or maybe everything's great and then you should just keep doing things as they're doing. And then last but not least, yeah, just the paid ad tools like Google Ads, Facebook ads. Those aren't necessarily tools. You don't have to pay monthly for them, but you do pay for every click once you do sign up and start using them. And then as part of that, if you don't have a creative team, somebody that will manage all your creatives and headlines and images for you, then you can use a tool I use called Canva, which makes it super easy to make very beautiful images and creatives for your ads, for your content, not even for your ads, for anything really, for your website, for if you have a YouTube channel, for banners, actually for YouTube, for X, formerly called Twitter, for banners there, for LinkedIn, you can add a banner there, right? So you can use Canva for all that. So yeah, it's super lengthy answer to your two questions, but hopefully that answers the question.
I think a lot of this, hopefully all these tips and tricks are helpful. Um, for someone listening who wants to launch a business but doesn't know what to sell, what's the smartest first step that they can take today to begin their business journey?
Yeah, I would say just honestly take a day off. Just relax, stress free, and let the inner brain fluids do the work for you. So just relax, figure out what you like, what drives you, what makes you happy, and then start piecing things together from there. So everybody has something that they're good at. And Russell Brunson talks about this in, I believe, Expert Secrets, which is a very good book, where he says that everybody is an expert at something. You might not know it, but you are. And it's true. And I fully believe in that. So, look, you don't have to sell something right away, right? Selling something is simply you offering a solution to a client, right? That's all it is. So if you don't have anything to sell right away, that's okay. There are different things you can do about that. One is, first of all, you can learn. So, for example, if you like designing and you're really passionate and good at design, you can look up some YouTube videos on Photoshop. Learn how to use Photoshop, how to use InDesign, all these different tools that can help you make good creatives. Learn how to use Canva. That's a tool that people use as well, sometimes instead of Photoshop. So first of all, you could learn. And then after you learn that, guess what? Now you can sell that. Now you can sell your knowledge from all these tutorials and all these courses maybe that you bought. You can package it up based on your learnings and then sell that. Sell that as a course or sell that as a service, saying, hey, now I know how to do this for you. Let me now create the design for you. So if you absolutely know nothing, then the first step is for you to learn. Learn something. There are tons of free tutorials on YouTube or very, very affordable tutorials on platforms like Udemy. You can go on Udemy and you can learn about anything, really anything. So whatever you're passionate about, if you don't actually have the skill set for it, learn it. Very, very simple to do. Now, if the other alternative is for you to do affiliate marketing. So you don't need to sell any of your products necessarily. So if you are, let's say, a movie buff, you just like sitting at home and watching movies all day. Well, you can still make a website or make a YouTube channel or whatever it is you want to do, and then just write reviews about the movies and then sell other people's products via affiliate marketing. So that's what affiliate marketing is. And then you will get commissions. So let's suppose you're a movie buff, you love movies, and you make a website about movie reviews. You just watch a movie and then you write a review about that movie. Well, Amazon has an affiliate program, and Amazon sells pretty much anything you could want in the world. So you can sign up to be an Amazon affiliate, and then you can just look for the product you want. Maybe it's some books, or maybe it's a movie, or maybe it's a DVD, or whatever it is related to the movie that you are reviewing. And then you can add those links, the affiliate links, to your post. And that way you can sell something as well. It doesn't have to be your own. So these are the two avenues you have, really, whether it's selling something of your own by learning if you really don't know anything at all, or by selling other people's products via affiliate marketing.
Well, I hope that my listeners today, this has been such great advice that you've given them. So I appreciate you so much for sharing your advice with my listeners about business growing, and hopefully someone out there has learned something today. If people would like to follow you and would like to learn more about business or beginners in business classes, feel free to promote all that you got going on, website, social media. Just feel free to promote everything that you have going on.
Sure. Thanks, Noah. So yeah, people can reach out to me via my website, ivanmana.com, IVANMANA.com. My YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/ivanmana. I have a bunch of, I think, over 700 videos by now, just totally free content about various parts of growing a business online, whether it's paid ads or building landing pages or tracking, things like that. And yeah, Instagram as well. I just started a new business Instagram account recently. So it's instagram.com/ivanmana.biz, B-I-Z. And yeah, people happy to help anybody. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Also, just email me at ivan@ivanmana.com if you guys have any questions.
And I will put all of his links and social media platforms in the description below so that all of his links will be there in one spot, and that is easy to find. For me, if you would like to keep updates about the podcast and just learn some more behind the scenes stuff, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Lethal Venom Podcast on there. I'm also on Facebook, X, and YouTube at Noah's Podcast. You can get Lethal Venom wherever you listen to podcasts. Is available on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Pandora, YouTube. It's everywhere where you get podcasts. Just make sure to follow it so you'll get notified for new episodes. I would like to give a huge thank you to Yvonne for joining us today. Did you have any lasting thoughts before we end?
No, I think shared shared a lot today. Hopefully it benefited some.
Well, I appreciate you so much, and to all my listeners, I appreciate you all for tuning in and listening today. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next episode of Lethal Venom.